So I think that testing probably, the testing may well, go one of two routes. It's either going to go where, you send it to a half dozen different places, commercially that do the testing, or an academic center that does it and bills for it, or ultimately becomes easy enough that they are able to prepare the kits and send it out to the pathologist at home, at the home office and do the testing. I don't know economically how that's going to work out, but it wouldn't necessarily bother me if it was limited to just a few specialty pathology areas that did this, because I think maybe that would make it more efficient, and it wouldn't mean that people couldn't get it. It just, it's sort of like, do you need 5 MRIs on the same corner? The questions that we're going to have to deal with. So I think the testing part is less of an economic issue, in my opinion, than the actual, treatments, because I think if we actually get to the way we should be, where you're testing for mutations and you're able to find the ALKs, the EGFR mutations, or other ones that impact dramatically, where you give an agent that impacts on it, then it would be very financially worthwhile to find the 90% of patients who don't and shouldn't get that, and then have those dramatic benefits in the 10% or less of patients who do. So I think that's okay, and I also believe that over time the technology is going to make this cheaper. It's already happening. Now where we're, what was it, years to do the human genome, and now it's 6 weeks and under $10,000. I mean, that's going to happen with this. This is going to be, I'm probably still too young for this, but I remember back as an intern, you would order you had a renal patient, and you'd order a BUN, a creatinine, a potassium, and a phosphate, and a calcium and a mag, as opposed to the CMP for everyone. And if I tried to do that now, the pathologist would scream, so would laugh at me. And I think we're sort of headed that way, that it's going to be that cheaper version of doing the multiplex in one way or another.